Many residents in LGBTQ, immigrant, and other minority communities have expressed concern about the discrimination and reduced protections at the higher level of government. At the same time, some worry that strong local equity policies could affect the funding relationships. If elected, how would you navigate that balance, protecting community members while maintaining essential resources for the city?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's an important one. I think it's a hard question because what I have seen is that in cases where like one of my inspirations to run was the fact that I wanted the city to protect trans people and they weren't doing it precisely because they said they were worried that it would affect people. Or that it would affect other funding sources. And in my opinion, if fear of the state government is what keeps us from acting on a local level, then I don't know what the point of local government is in the first place, right? In Iowa, Iowa has this concept of home rule, which is essentially the idea that municipalities know what's best for them. And you have a little more control in states with home rule over local policy than you do in other states. And so I think that we can kind of take a short-term and a long-term approach. And so if we implemented a policy to protect, for example, protect immigrants, like we saw in Chicago, the mayor of Chicago implemented ICE-free zones, right? Say we did something like that here in Iowa City and the state retaliated by pulling funding from, they already pulled funding from the libraries, which was going to be my first example. But, say they pulled funding from some other sort of essential service, right? Like, we can fight that. We have mechanisms to fight that, whether it's judicially, and we could get an injunction placed to prevent that funding source from being cut while that lawsuit is ongoing. I think a lot of times there's this fear-mongering tactic where the idea is that the second the state pulls funding, it's gone immediately and there's nothing you can do to get it back. But a lot of times, like similarly to what we're seeing with the State Historical Society location here in Iowa City, a lawsuit can put a hold, it can put a pause on whatever that retaliation or that retaliatory act would be. So if the state tried to pull funding and Iowa City fought back with a lawsuit or with some other type of legal action, we could halt that while that lawsuit was taking place. And I always think, there is no cost too great to protect people. And if that means that, we have to put in extra time and work as a city council, I'm okay with that because I know what I'm getting myself into by saying I want to be on city council. And I want to be on city council because I want to keep people safe and I want to make people feel like they are safe in our community and can belong here without feeling like they have to look over their shoulder every 10 seconds for an ICE agent. And so if that means I'm sacrificing my own time, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm a cisgender white lady, I'm chilling. I'm ready to put in the time. It's literally the least I can do.